Welcome to Harvest Kids!
It's Jackie here.
Isaac here.
And we have a really fun project that we're going to do.
Ooh, this looks really fun.
What do you think we're going to do?
Well, I see a front door and a window and some shackles.
You want me to tell you what we're going to do?
Tell me.
We're going to make houses.
Hey.
It's not Christmas time anymore, but why can't you make a cookie house when it's not Christmas?
It's always time for a cookie house.
It's always time for a cookie house. So right now, what we're going to do is make our cookie houses, and let's see who can finish first. Ready, set, go. Okay, well, we've got started on the base of our cookie houses. I can't even call these gingerbread because neither of them are gingerbread. You have Oreo and I have Sour Patch Kid.
That's
well,
fun.
Do you know why we're making these houses today besides it just being really fun?
Jackie, I don't really know. Can you tell me why?
It's because the Israelites built a gingerbread house. Just kidding. They built the Tabernacle, which was a tent that they were going to set up so that they could have a place to worship God. So pretty cool. And we're going to learn all about that today as we read our Bible story.
Hey.
We're going to play a game.
That sounds fun.
We are going to make a craft.
Ooh.
And we're going to do some worship. Everybody, wherever you are, stand up to your feet and let's get ready to praise God
now.
Now. You know what to say.
Yeah.
We're still sinners. By sending Christ to die for us, sending Christ to die for us. While we're still sinners. God sent His great love. God sent His great love for us. God sent His great love. God sent His great love for us. By sending Christ to die for us, sending Christ to die for us. While we're still sinners. While we're still sinners. This is Romans 5:8. This is Romans 5:8. This is Romans 5:8. This is Romans 5:8. God sent His great love. God sent His great love for us. God sent His great love. God sent His great love for us. God sent His great love.
Hey kids, welcome to another Focus Up moment. My name is Tim and I'm a worship leader and we're going to do some worship today. And so if you want to dim your lights or go in another area of the room, we're going to sing a song about Jesus being the King of our heart. Let the King of my heart be the mountain where I run, the fountain I drink from. Oh, He is my song. Let the King of my heart be the shadow where I hide, the ransom for my life. Oh, He is my song. You are good. That you are good, you're good. Oh, you are good, you're good. Oh, you are good, you're good. Oh. All right, we're gonna sing this next part together. It says, "You're never gonna let me down." Never gonna let me down. You're never gonna let me down. All right, well, I want to hear you guys sing that, okay? You're never gonna let me down. Just you guys sing, okay? Here we go. You're never gonna I can't hear you. Sing it out. You're never gonna, that's good. Yeah, let's keep singing that. You're never gonna let me down. You're never gonna all together now. You're never gonna let me down. You're never gonna let me down again. You're never gonna let me down. That's good. You're never gonna let me down, 'cause you are good, good. Oh, you are good, good. Oh, you are good, good. Oh, you are good, good. All right. Well, thanks for joining me. We'll see you guys next time.
Hey kids, welcome back to another game time. Today's game is gonna be a Spot That Tent. This is a very fun game that we play sometimes in the service. This is where we're gonna look at some pictures, they're nature pictures today, of all over locations around the world, and we're gonna try to spot a tent that's hanging out somewhere in the picture. So, put on your good sightseeing eyes, and we're gonna try our best to spot that tent. So let's go with picture number 1. Ooh, this is a beautiful location. Right on a nice river with some trees around us, but we're looking for something very specific. We're looking for a tent, and do you see it? I'm gonna show it in 3, 2, 1. Left side, right over there in the clearing. Good job. That's a nice place to have a tent, right there on the bank. Love it, I'd go camping there. Let's go to the next picture in 3, 2, 1. Oh, look at those clouds. Beautiful clouds. Look at the shadow it's casting on the mountains there. But we're looking for a tent, aren't we? So, do you see it? Where is it? We're gonna reveal it in 3, 2, 1. Boom, there's a tent on the bottom right side. Good job. We're starting out pretty easy, but trust me, we're gonna get a little bit more difficult. Let's move on to picture number 3. Boop. Ooh, what is that? Is that? No, that's not cotton. That's something, I don't know what that is. Those are pretty flowers though. We're looking for a tent. Where do you think it is? Do you see it? Is it left? Is it top? Is it right? Is it bottom? We're gonna show it in 3, 2, 1. There it is, right on the bottom. Picture number 3 done. We're moving on to 4, and this is where it gets a little bit more difficult. So let's go on to picture number 4. Oh, look at this place. Now that is just majestic, isn't it? What a sight. Imagine seeing that in real life. Do you see any tents? Do you see them anywhere? Take a good long look. Try to lock in your final answers. We're gonna show it here in 3, 2, 1. There it is on the right side in the center at the base of the mountain. There's a tent. Again, what an awesome camping location. I wanna go camp there. All right, moving on to picture number 5 in 3, 2, 1. Oh, look at these beautiful trees. Are those redwoods? They look like they might be. They're so tall, so big. Where is the tent? Where is the tent? Do you see it? I see it. I see it. Let's reveal the tent in 3, 2, 1. Boom, right in the center. Right beneath the middle tree. Look at that. What a great location for a tent. That looks like it smells really good. Lots of fresh air in that place. Let's move on to the next picture in 3, 2, 1. Now we're at the coast. Look at this. We're just traveling everywhere, aren't we? Where is the tent? Do you see a tent anywhere? Maybe it's in the water. No, that's probably not a great place for a tent. Where is it? Look hard. We're gonna show the location in 3, 2, 1. All the way in the back, so far away. Did you see that? That's a tricky one. Kind of blended in with the side there, all the way in the back. Good job. We're moving on to the next picture. Let's see what it is in 3, 2, 1. Ooh, we're in the desert with a nice road. This is giving road trip. Makes you want to take a nice road trip across the country. Look at the sun setting on that mountain. It's beautiful colors. But we're looking for a tent, like you know. You all become pros at this game. Where's the tent? Let's reveal it in 3, 2, 1. On the top left, on the very top of the mountain ridge. Whoa, that's a great place. It's quite the view. You'll be able to see for miles all around. Let's move on to the next picture, picture number 8. Oh, we have a friend in this picture. That's fun. Hi, moose, elk. I don't know, I'm not very good at figuring out which animals they are. But we're looking for a tent, and I know a tent when I see one. So, where is it? Can you spot it? Do you have a keen eye? We're looking for the tent. Let's reveal it in 3, 2, 1. Whoop! Over there by the bush on the right-hand side. That was a pretty good one. Do you think the animal's using the tent? Probably. Let's move on to the second to last picture now. Look at that, the fog in the background. Was the fog gonna make it hard to find the tent, do you think maybe? I don't know. Am I giving a hint? I don't know. We'll have to find out. Do you see the tent? Where is it? In 3, 2, 1. There it is, beneath the tree on the left-hand side, right in front of our eyes the entire time. And now we're moving on to the final picture. Let's take a look right now. Look at the color of those trees. Is it fall? It must be, right? Look at the trees turning. Their colors are changing. It's beautiful. But we're looking for a tent. This is a faraway picture, which means the tent must be really small. We're playing on hard mode now. This is the most difficult one, expert mode. We gotta find that tent. Where could it be? It's probably really small. I think I see it. I see it. Let's reveal the tent in 3, 2, 1. There it is, right along the river in the middle. That was a small tent. You had to have really, really good eyes to see that one. Good job, and thanks for playing Spot That Tent with me. I hope you had a great time sharpening our vision, getting pretty good at spotting what's different in the photo, and good job. We'll see you next time for our next game time. We'll see you later. Bye. Hi everyone, and welcome back to another Unboxing the Bible. This is the part of the service where we dig deep into the Bible and pull out a single verse and give it a really nice look. So, the word today is H-O-L-Y. Holy. And the word comes from the Bible verse Leviticus 19:2. It says, "You must be holy because I, the Lord your God, am holy." Leviticus 19:2. Now you say it with me. You must be holy because I, the Lord your God, am holy. Leviticus 19:2. Well, thanks so much for unboxing the Bible with me today. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Hey everybody, Jackie here, and welcome to today's Bible story. Today we're reading a really cool story about how the people all came together to build something really special called the Tabernacle. Ooh, that's a fun word, tabernacle? Well, what is a tabernacle? Well, the tabernacle was a place that was really awesome, beautifully built, and it was a place where God would be able to dwell with his people. God wanted to be with his people, the Israelites, but he needed a special holy place to dwell because we know that God cannot be around sin, and so created this beautiful holy tabernacle where God could dwell, where the priests would go in and meet with God, and a place also where they would do the animal sacrifices to atone for everyone's sin. So this was going to be a very special place, and it was going to take a lot of hands to make it happen, and that's exactly what happened. Have you guys ever been part of something where you all helped, like a team building, and you guys all worked together to make something? Maybe you helped your mom in the kitchen to make something delicious for a special event. Or maybe you worked with some friends to build a really cool, I don't know, house outside. Maybe you guys did something out of cardboard, I don't know. But there's all different things that we need each other's skills and resources to help build and make awesome. And that's exactly what happened in this story today. So let's look at Exodus chapter 35, verse 4. It says this. Moses said to the whole Israelite community, "This is what the Lord has commanded. From what you have, take an offering to the Lord. Everyone who is willing to bring the Lord an offering of gold, silver, and bronze, blue, purple and scarlet yarn, and fine linen, goat hair, ram skins dyed red, and any other type of durable leather, acacia wood, olive oil for light, spices for the anointing oil, and for the fragrant incense, and onyx stones and other gems to be mounted on the ephod and breastpiece. That was going to be a special outfit that the priest would wear. They had different gemstones on their outfit. So cool. All who are skilled are to come and make everything the Lord has commanded. The tabernacle with its tent and its covering, clasp frames, crossbars, posts, base, the ark with its poles and atonement cover, everything. There's a lot more things here listed, which I'll let you read at home with your families, but there are so many things that needed to be made out of nothing. They couldn't just go to Target and buy these things. No, they had to make them by hand. Now, this took a big effort on all the people's parts. And you know what? Just like our Bible verse says, all those whose hearts were stirred came and brought their offerings. So they brought resources, or they brought their hands and their skill so that they could help make this tabernacle a reality. And it's so cool to see everybody come together and be willing to share their precious things. These things that were brought were expensive to them. This wasn't like, oh yeah, I have some extra scarlet yarn. Let me just bring that over. I have enough for me. No, this was a sacrifice for everybody to come together and make an offering to the Lord because God had been so good to them. They wanted to obey and listen to God. So the cool thing is that this whole tabernacle gets built, and God gave them extremely specific directions on how to build it. And based on those directions and what we can read in the Bible, the tabernacle kind of maybe looks something like this. Ooh, how cool is that? Now, there's a lot to it. This isn't just some little pop-up tent when you go camping in the woods. Oh no, this was a very detailed, big tabernacle. Now, the Ark of the Covenant was also created at this time. Now, the Ark of the Covenant was a special place that the 10 Commandments were going to be held in. Very cool. And there was something made on top of it called the mercy seat, which is where the priest would sprinkle the blood of the animal sacrifice to atone for the people's sins. Everything that was created in the tabernacle was created with such thought and such care by the people according to the direction of the Lord. And that's really cool that they listened and obeyed him. And it says this: so when they were all finished building the tabernacle, setting everything up, making all of the beautiful pieces to go inside the tabernacle, Moses inspected everything and they did a good job. He noticed that it was exactly as the Lord had instructed. So the people worked together to make this place happen. And if you guys don't understand, I just want you to remember that the tabernacle was going to be a place for God to dwell with his people. And then it says this at the end of Exodus chapter 40. Actually, this is the end of Exodus before we get into the book of Leviticus. So the very end of Exodus chapter 40, starting in verse 34, says this: so the cloud of the Lord was over the tabernacle by day, and fire was in the cloud by night, in the sight of all the Israelites during all their travels. Wow, what an amazing visual so that the people would truly understand that God was with them. How many times had the Israelites doubted this? How many times did the Israelites say, where is God? Why isn't he helping us? And here with the tabernacle, we see a beautiful image of how God was with his people. He was with his people all along. But now with the tabernacle, God had a place to dwell among his people. He was always with them, but now they had a place where they can go and meet with him, where the priest would go and atone for people's sins and could meet with God. And they could see God guiding the tabernacle wherever they went, because the cloud would be over it by day, and then by night, fire in the cloud. I don't even know what that would look like, but that is so cool. And something I want you guys to remember is that we don't need the tabernacle today. The reason why it doesn't exist, the reason why we don't set it up, is because we don't need to. You know, previously we had a gap between us and God, but Jesus is the bridge to that gap. Because of Jesus, now God makes his dwelling in our hearts. So we don't need a building because we are the church. We go to church because the Bible tells us we should assemble together as Christians. But we do not need a church in order to meet with God because of what Jesus did on the cross for us. He tore the veil, and we can therefore communicate with God directly. And God lives directly in our hearts, and He is with us wherever we go. So I hope when you look at this tabernacle here, that it reminds you that God has made His home in your heart if you have accepted Jesus into your heart and made Him the Lord of your life. Well, I hope you like reading the story with me today. I'm so excited to get into our next book of the Bible, Leviticus, next week. We'll see you then. Bye. Hey friends, Jackie here, and welcome to Crafty Time. Today we're talking about how the Israelites were building the tabernacle, and I thought it'd be really fun to make a cute little paper house. Now this is not sturdy enough to live in, but it is super cute and very easy to make. So I'll show you how to do it. So you just need some markers, scissors, tape, and paper. That's it. So I'm gonna pick for my house this kind of lavendery color and maybe this yellow color. So what you're gonna do is take your paper and you're gonna fold it in half long ways like this, like that. And now we're gonna draw windows and a door. So this can be up to your interpretation, whatever you want your door and windows to look like. You can even draw a cute little wreath on the door if you want. Plants at the front. Maybe there's a flower box in the windowsill. Okay, and once you're all done, you're gonna take your cute little front of the house and you're gonna wrap it around like this. And then we're gonna use some tape. This is so easy. We're gonna tape the seam of the edge. Now, if you wanna get really creative, you can go ahead and make the back of the house if you wanna put in a sliding glass door or a little porch or something. You can make whatever you like, or you can even, maybe you wanna put landscaping all around your house. It's your craft, you can do what you like with it. I'm struggling with tape here. Okay. Now I've got the tape on. So now I have the round house, and now it's time to make the roof. So we're gonna do the same thing, and we're gonna fold it in half one way, but instead of folding it the long way, we're gonna fold it over the short way, and then we're gonna fold it, and this gives us two sides of our roof. But the roof is a little long, so we're gonna cut some of it off, and that will give us some paper for the chimney. Now you can make whatever kind of roof you want. I made kind of like a hatched roof here. I don't know what word I'm using, but I made a crisscross roof. And this one I'm gonna do like a little cute scallopy roof. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is take the tape, and for the front of my roof, I'm taping it like this. And I wanna have lots of excess tape hanging down because I'm gonna tape the roof, and I'm gonna peel a little bit of the tape and make it stick like that. See that? How it's kind of a little bit hanging down over the house, but we can't see the tape. And now I'm gonna take another piece of tape and go inside the house and tape the roof to the house. And ta-da! Now if you want to make a little chimney, just take some of your excess paper, cut a little rectangle, put some tape on the back of your rectangle, and just tape it to your roof. Look how cute! You can make a whole paper house village. This is so fun to play with. You can get your little figurines and you can play with them in their paper houses, and you can just thank God for the house that you live in. And remember in our message today that the Israelites were building the tabernacle so that they had a place to meet with God. And guess what? We don't need the tabernacle today because God dwells in our hearts. And Jesus has made his home in our hearts when we have asked him in. Pretty cool, huh? Well, I hope you guys have fun making this. If you do, take a picture, post it on Instagram, and tag us at Harvest Kids Live. See you guys next time. Bye.
Wow, Miss Jackie, I learned so much today.
Me too. You know, in our story today, people use their giftings to help build the tabernacle. So, Mr. Isaac, would you say that your gifting is in cookie house building?
I think that there is some promise that maybe needs a little bit more practice.
Well, actually, I think yours looks so cute. Look at the Oreos on top. I like the way you arranged them.
It's not too bad.
No, not too bad. I like this little Sour Patch Kid.
I know, he's
house
hanging
too.
out. He's welcoming everyone into your home.
Yes. Well, remember, the Israelites built the tabernacle because they needed a place for God to dwell. They kept the Ark of the Covenant in there, which also had the 10 Commandments in there. It would be the place where they made sacrifices to make atonement for their sins and where the priests would meet with God. But we don't need that anymore.
Praise God.
Right. Jesus came, he lived a perfect life, he died on the cross, he rose again, and when we trust in him and put our faith in him, he makes his home in our
Hearts.
hearts. We are the church and we are God's dwelling place now. So that's a really cool thing to think about. We don't have to build a tent and pull it down and travel wherever. We have Jesus with us wherever wherever we go.
What a great message. And hey, if you guys want to see more messages like this one, come hang out. We're at Harvest Kids Live on both Instagram and YouTube.
That's right. Come watch us next time, and we'll have more Bible stories for you and maybe more fun cookie houses.
I'll need
I
to
don't know.
practice.
Should we eat these? Can you eat a cookie house? Sounds like you can.
I've
eat a
never
cookie
actually
house.
eaten it. I kind of built it and left it.
Smells good. Ready? 1, 2, 3.